fast here.
Huh?
1 second. Hello, Franklin sports fans, and welcome back to this latest girls varsity volleyball matchup. The round of 16 matchup between Franklin Panthers and the Belmont Marauders. I am joined by freshman player Taryn. Taryn,
Hello.
how you doing, Taryn? It's nice to have a player doing the commentary here for tonight.
I'm good. How are you?
Not too bad, and we're coming into this game. Gameplay just getting underway here at Franklin High School. A big kill attempt there by Brooke Daniels, and Belmont will not be able to get underneath that. So that's going to be a point to the Panthers. We are tied at 1. So Taryn, tell us a little bit about yourself. I understand that you've been playing volleyball here for a little while at this point. Yes?
Yeah. This is like my 4th year playing. I'm on JV this year. Yeah.
Got Michaela Kuykendall with the serve here. Belmont gently pushing that ball across the net. Kill attempt, that one is going to be dug up by Belmont. Brooke Daniels with the setup. And that one's going to be deflected out of bounds. So Taryn, what can you tell us about this Belmont team coming into this game?
I've been told they have very strong defense and serve receive, but their hitting is a little iffy. I feel like we beat them out on that.
Belmont unable to get underneath that ball, so that's going to be a nice serve for Michaela Kuykendall. So Franklin right off the bat taking a 3-1 lead in this first game of this best 3 games out of 5 matchup. Belmont getting underneath this one. They get that's a free ball if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Taryn?
Yeah.
Like it when I get the terminology right. Belmont just barely able to get that ball across the net. Kill attempt, that's going to be initially blocked at the net, but Belmont is unable to keep it alive, so that's going to be a point to the Panthers. So the Panthers coming into this game after a nice 3-game sweep last week against the town of Milton, if I'm not mistaken.
Methuen?
Methuen, that's who it was. I knew I got the name, the first initial of the town right. That kill is going to be ruled just out of bounds. So with this being a round of 16 match, Taryn, what are you hoping to see coming out of this match?
Obviously we're hoping to win so we get to Elite 8, but, just strengthen our team.
And with that serve going into the net, that's going to turn the ball back over to the Panthers. We are going to have number 19, Faith Edgehill, handling the serve. Belmont able to dig that one up. And that ball is, Belmont able to get that ball across. That kill is going to be blocked at the net, but it's going to stay on Belmont's side of the court. So Faith Edgehill to continue the serve. That's a free ball.
Good up.
And Captain Michaela Kuykendall trying to dig that ball up, but she can't get underneath it far enough. So that's going to be a point to the Marauders. And next up, we are going to have. Couldn't quite get her team number, but she's a libero. Belmont trying to dig that one up, but they can't stay underneath it. So now we've got Olivia Vellante with the serve.
That was a really good block.
What would you say the Panthers' biggest strengths have been so far this season, Taryn?
I think their blocking is very good. Their attacking is very good. Mac is very skilled hitter. And then Emerson, she's a freshman. She's been very good this season as well.
Emerson DeLeo is
Yeah.
how you pronounce her last name?
Delio, yeah.
Delio, okay. I heard Kevin Pappas pronouncing that during just before we went live, and I thought to myself, crap, I've been pronouncing her last name wrong all season long. Awesome. Delio, gotcha. And as you were pointing out, Michaela Kuykendall, she pretty much bounces all over the place trying to get the gameplay as top-notch as it can be.
Yeah, she's very good.
And we've got Olivia Vellante to continue on with the serve here. Franklin with an 8-3 lead in this first game. And we are live both on Franklin Cable TV and on YouTube. Not to put too much pressure on you girls, Taryn. Number 5, Erin Daly with the serve now for Belmont. That's a free ball by Belmont. And that's another free ball. This time it just drops right in the middle of everyone. It's always tough to see those kind of plays happen, isn't it?
Yeah, the tips can be sneaky.
So Daly to continue the serve for Belmont. Belmont trying to slowly creep into this lead. And that one's going to sail long and out of bounds, so that's going to be a point back to the Panthers. And we've got number 14, the aforementioned Emerson Delio. Now I've got the pronunciation all messed up in my head. That ball is going to be blocked at the net. And it's going to stay on Belmont's side of the court. Point to the Panthers. That serve by Delio is going to sail out of bounds, so that's going to be a point to Belmont. Number 14, Wui Key with the serve. That one's going to go, it's going to be ruled last touch by a Panther, so that's going to be a point to Belmont. That's a nice dig. That kill's going to go long. So score now being 10-8. Belmont continuing with the serve. Oh, a nice play there by Brooke Daniels. Kill attempt, that's going to be, that's going to be ruled last touch by a Belmont player. You had a better view of that than I did, Taryn. Your call on that one?
Yeah, touch from Belmont. Livia is also very skilled hitter and blocker.
Olivia Alberti now. And that, I believe, was a net violation.
I think it was a double. Or, I don't know.
So Belmont now with the serve. And Franklin is able to get that ball across. Kill attempt dug up by Franklin. Kuykendall with the kill. That's actually going to be a free ball that Belmont is able to handle. That ball is going to be met at the net on Belmont's side of the court, but it's going to stay on their side of the court, so that's going to be another point to the Panthers. Brooke Daniels with the serve. And unfortunately, that one is not going to cross the net, so that's going to be a point to Belmont. Belmont trying to keep this ball alive, and they are not able to. And I believe that ball was last touched by Michaela Kuykendall, if I'm not mistaken. She might have tapped that back over to Belmont's side of the court. Kuykendall with the serve. Belmont is unable to return that one. So 14-10 is the score here. Kill attempt, that one's gonna go long. And we've got, thought it was a different play, but it's still going to be Michaela Kuykendall. Nice hanging serve there by Kuykendall. As Belmont delivers a kill that Franklin is able to deliver, and Belmont keeps it alive. That ball's going to be made right at the net.
Wow.
That one's going to land just inbounds.
Very good ball placement there.
Tournament style gameplay, as we would expect with this round of 16 match. So what have your impressions been so far of this one, Taryn?
I feel like we've had like really good ball placement today. Yeah, Emerson just had a really good shot, and then G just had a good placement.
And I think one of the issues that a lot of opponents seem to have against the Panthers is when they have like those powerful kills, it's really hard to try to dig those guys up.
Yeah.
So as we come out of the Belmont timeout, Franklin leading this first game by a score of 16-10. First game of a best 3 out of 5 matchup between Franklin and Belmont. Kuykendall with a nice serve there. That serve is that kill is going to go long. Nice serve right there. That ball's going to be ruled just out of bounds. Wow.
She looking at me?
So Wendy Rung is up now for Belmont. Franklin kill attempt, that's going to be blocked at the net. Franklin's actually going to be called for 4 hits. That one was unmistakable to me, thankfully.
Yeah. Sometimes those are hard to catch.
Another nice serve there by Belmont as Franklin. Ooh, that was an off-speed kill. Franklin able to dig it up. And that ball is going to be met at the net by Belmont, but they cannot keep it alive after it drops to the floor. So we are going to have Faith Edgehill back up to take care of the serve for the Panthers. 18-12 is the scores in this first game. We've got a fairly decent audience up here on the track floor of the gym. Can't quite tell how crowded it is down on the gym floor, but you would have a better view of that than I would. Edgehill with the serve. Belmont able to dig it up, and they get a 3rd hit across. Still attempt dug up by Belmont.
Oh.
Ooh, and unfortunately for them, yep, that's when you're not expecting it. That's always a tough thing to deal with. Is when the ball winds up bouncing off of the gym equipment that's hanging from the ceiling here at Franklin High, the Franklin High gym. And if you don't see it coming, then it's hard to anticipate it. That kill is going to be ruled last touch by a Marauder, so that'll be a point to the Panthers. Ooh, a mistimed hit there is going to be called a double hit for Belmont. So 22-12, Franklin with a 10-point lead in this first game. Faith Edgehill to continue the serve. And they seem to have a lot of laser-like shots often when it comes to these serves of theirs, Taryn.
Yeah, they're very skilled at that. I think that's one of our strengths, too.
And Franklin is called for a double hit there. I didn't see where that happened, Taryn, did you?
No, actually, I don't really know where they called that.
So Belmont gets a side out with that call. That kill is going to be ruled out of bounds. A great kill attempt there by, I believe that was Gianna Lorello.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for her, it's just going to be a little too high and too long. And we now got Olivia Vellante with the serve. After initial dig there by Belmont, they try to keep that ball alive, but that ball is going to be deflected sideways and out of bounds. So that's going to give Franklin the first game by a score of 25-13. Any final thoughts on this before we hand it over to Peyton?
I think that was a really good set. Obviously, Wood led by a lot of points, so very good ball placement. Yeah.
Cool. It's all good. And now we're going to pass it on to Peyton for the second game of this varsity volleyball matchup.
Should I put it on? on?
How you doing, Peyton?
Good.
What have been your thoughts of this game so far?
I think it's really good. I think we just need to keep the energy for next set.
What would you think would be the Panthers' biggest strengths and weaknesses against the Marauders?
Strengths, we definitely have a good serve receive and talk. Weaknesses, probably short balls and staying low.
And the same thing for the Marauders. What are your impressions of them so far?
Their serve receive looks good. The only thing is their offense is a little weak compared to ours.
I'm a little biased. I'll say that right now. I am a touch biased towards Franklin, but Belmont has been trying to do their best to, if not necessarily match Franklin's talent, to certainly try to meet expectations here. And Franklin was making that very hard for them to do so, especially after taking that first game by a score of 25-13. So we are about to get underway in about a minute and a half for the start of the second game. Teams have switched sides of the court at this point. So tell us a little bit about your thoughts after the game that the Panthers had against Methuen last week.
I think we did really good. It was a close game. They were a good team for sure. We just had a bunch of silly mistakes that were easily fixable, and I think they those mistakes got us in our head a little bit towards the end, but we ended up winning. Yeah,
Methuen definitely trying to do their best. Again, very much like Belmont, to hold their own against the Panthers. So even though Franklin won that match 3-0, not runaway matches by any stretch of the imagination, but definitely a tough match for Methuen, and we'll see if it winds up being just as difficult a match for Belmont, as both teams are now out on the court. It is, I think it's safe to say, it's a little bit warm here in the Franklin High Gym. We are dealing with slightly warmer than usual temperatures, particularly in the first full week of November, which sounds very much like an oxymoron. It sounds very counterintuitive, but nonetheless, that's kind of what we've been dealing with here in good old Franklin, Massachusetts, here in New England. The New England weather being very unpredictable. God, I'm making it sound like it's the polar opposite of winter, which it isn't. It's just a little bit warmer than we normally would have it. So the Panthers are going to be starting off this second game. Michaela Kuykendall starting the serve off. So Kuykendall with the first serve. And that kill attempt is going to go into the net, so that'll be a point to the Panthers to start off the second game. And Franklin's Rattle City is in the house. Or at least a very small version of it, I should point out. Not sure if they were there for yesterday's boys soccer game, which was, all I can say about that game is wow. For anybody who was watching that game on TV. It may have been thrilling to view on TV, but was nothing compared to seeing it in person. Franklin playing against a very, very combative and competitive Algonquin team who led a lot of that gameplay, and then Franklin was just able to force that game in overtime and take that game by a score of 2-1. Michaela Kuykendall to continue the serve here. Ooh, a nice serve there. Kill attempt, that's going to be dug up by Belmont. That's going to be, that is going to be initially dug up by Faith Edgehill, but Franklin unable to keep that ball alive, so that'll be a point to Belmont. Sophia Jin with the serve there for Belmont. Ooh, a nice offset play there by Belmont that Franklin probably would not have seen coming there. Do you encounter those kinds of gameplay in freshman matches?
Sometimes, but not as competitive as varsity.
Sure. That ball's going to be, that play is going to be called a carry by Belmont, so that'll be a point to the Panthers. Faith Etchell with the serve. And a play right there by Belmont is going to be pushed back onto their side of the court by the Panthers. So a very smart play there by the Panthers. Gives them a 5-2 lead in the second game. That serve is going to go long. Number 11, Wenvi Wang. Hoping I'm not getting any of those names mispronounced. That one's going to be ruled a double hit by Belmont. I must say, Peyton, I'm glad I haven't seen a lot of net violations during these first two games. We've seen quite a bit of those throughout the last few games of the regular season at any rate.
Yeah, I'm surprised there hasn't been any yet. Usually there's a ton.
Knowing our luck, we probably just jinxed it.
Yeah.
As we've got Olivia Vellante to take the serve now for the Panthers. Franklin leading the second game by a score of 7-3. Panthers lead the match by a score of 1-0. A big block there by the Marauders as they are able to get that ball across. Another big dig. Franklin able to get that ball across, and Marauders cannot get underneath it. And those kinds of plays, Peyton, that's what the game of volleyball is all about. Ooh, good effort on Belmont's part to try to keep that ball alive, but they cannot do so. And a timeout is going to be called by Belmont. So Peyton, you and Taryn both on the. Actually, I think that if I'm now that I'm remembering correctly, I think Taryn said that she was on the JV team. Yes.
We're both on JV. Yeah.
Gotcha. So you guys, I'm sure, have a lot of fun playing on the JV team.
Yeah, of course. It's full of like tons of girls in our grade, and it's like a bunch of friends, so it makes it even more better.
And if I'm not mistaken, you guys had a pretty impressive season during the regular season, undefeated if I'm not mistaken. But you can correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Almost undefeated, but we lost to Oliver Ames.
Who would you say was the toughest team that you guys played against this year?
Probably Barnstable or Oliver Ames for sure.
Barnstable is definitely a tough cookie when it comes to volleyball. Coming out of the Belmont timeout, Olivia Vellante to continue the serve. A little miscommunication right there is going to keep Belmont from getting that ball across the top of the net. So 10-3 is the score now.
That was good.
Olivia Alberti just jumping up and down after that one. Both she and Michaela Kuykendall are very, very strong hitters for this Panthers team. Belmont gets that ball across the top of the net. Ooh, a nice play there. Woo. Kill attempt, that's going to be blocked at the net. Oh, and a fantastic effort there by Michaela Kuykendall, Faith Edgehill, you name it. They were all trying to get underneath that ball, but they can't get it across. The libero for Belmont. That one's going to sail out of, that one's, I'm not going to say sail, that one is just going to be a laser shot out of bounds. Great serve on her part, but it just went a little too long. Emerson Delio with the serve. Franklin's right there to meet that ball, but that ball will be ruled a Panther point. Now, was that signal a call for 4 hits, or I've always been kind of confused about that particular signal.
This one, the 4?
The one that he held up the 4 fingers, but then also the fist right next to it.
Oh, I think that's just the number of the player.
Oh, okay. Aaron Daly with the serve now for the Marauders, and that serve is not going to clear the net. Olivia Alberti will be taking the serve now. Franklin leading the second game by a score of 14-5. That ball's going to be met at the net by the Panthers. They cannot get it across. A good effort by the Marauders to get that ball across, but unfortunately it's not going to work to their advantage. So 15-5, 10-point lead in the second game. And again, the Panthers leading the match by a score of 1-0. That ball is going to be blocked by the Panthers, but deflected wide and out of bounds. So that will be a point to the Marauders. Number 14, Wui Key, will be taking the serve now for Belmont. Another nice serve there by Belmont. Kill attempt, give it to him. That one was delivered by none other than Michaela Kuykendall. (16-7) is the score here. Belmont able to dig it up. Oh, a nice dig there by Belmont. That looked like it was destined for the floor, but she is able to get underneath that ball just in time. Nice save by Belmont. Free ball. Kill attempt, dug up by Franklin. That kill is going to be dug up by Belmont, but way too much strength behind it. So that's going to go to wide and out of bounds. So Brick Daniels with the serve now. Nice hanging serve there by Daniels. That one bounces off the top of the net. Franklin delivers the final blow there. And I believe that one was Charlotte Ulensky. That ball is going to be blocked at the net. It's going to be deflected wide and out of bounds. But last touch by a Marauder, so it'll be a point to the Panthers. 19-7 is our score in this second game. That ball is going to be blocked at the net. Ooh. And Franklin doing everything that they could to dive underneath that ball. That one was actually Olivia Alberti who tried to dig it up, but just barely can't get to it in time. Yekaterina Pound, I believe is how you pronounce her name. I apologize if I get these names wrong. That kill's going to go long. So 20-8 is our score here. And Michaela Kuykendall with the serve. Belmont with a free ball. That kill is going to be just barely deflected wide and out of bounds by Belmont after hitting the top of the net. (21-8) is our score here. Another nice hanging serve there by Kuykendall. Gives Franklin a 22-8 lead. So Belmont is probably starting to feel a little bit of pressure here at this point, Payne. Would you say?
Yeah, definitely. I know some of them are in their head. You can tell just by their faces. They've gone from like smiles to like frowns.
And if they were to lose this second game, then they would have to win the next two in order to force this game to 5 games. But they're hoping that it does. They're hoping that, well, at this point, I doubt Franklin's going to give it up. Going to give this game up very easily. So they're going to have to win the next 2 games in order to take this match. But we'll see what they were able to do in the third game as Franklin comes out of the Belmont timeout. Franklin only 3 points away from taking this second game. We'll find out what the final score will be in a few minutes. Michaela Kuykendall to continue the serve. And that ball is going to land right in front of Kuykendall and Brooke Daniels. Sophia Kinn with the serve now for the Marauders. Nice play by Franklin, but Belmont able to keep it alive. They dig that one up. Kill attempt. Ooh. Franklin is able to keep that ball alive. That kill. Franklin digs it up. That kill's going to land in the back left-hand corner. Franklin can't get to it in time. Nice serve there by Belmont, but it's going to go long and out of bounds, so that'll be a point to the Panthers. 23-10. Franklin 2 points away from taking the second game. Faith Edgehill with the serve. That ball's going to be hit sideways and at, ooh. Some miscommunication between the refs, I would say, on that one, Peyton. But nonetheless, it is a point to the Panthers. That serve by Brooke Daniels is going to go a little long. So Franklin will be looking to take the second game on a side out. Wenby Wang with the serve. A great effort there by the Panthers to try to keep that ball alive. Gianna Lorello, she was bummed out with herself after that one. That serve is going to go into the net, and Franklin is going to take the second game by a score of 25-12. So, Peyton, final thoughts about this game as we take a little break here between sets.
I think our offense was really good. Our hitting was really consistent, which ultimately I think helped us win.
And what would you think that Belmont needs to adjust in order to try to keep themselves in this game?
They definitely need to work on communication because they had a bunch of missed points where it could have been solved with just talk.
And at this point, like we were saying during that previous game, Belmont is going to have to win the next two games in order to try to have any chance of taking this match against the Panthers. So, and Franklin is not making it at all easy for them to have any kind of scoring run here. But we got some time to see if Belmont's going to be able to do anything in this third game. So with that, we'll hand the headset back over to Taryn. You enjoying yourself here, Taryn?
Yep.
What have been your thoughts of this game so far?
I think we're playing really well. A lot of good connection.
And I was saying to Peyton during the second game that there thankfully haven't been a lot of net violations, which we've seen quite a bit of in the last few games. So
yeah,
it's been a nice change of pace to not have too many unforced errors going on here. So Franklin came into this tournament having been seeded number 9. Prior to their game against Methuen, they had an overall record of 15-5. Belmont seeded number 25. They came into this bracket with an overall record of 12-8. So gameplay doesn't necessarily illustrate, or I should say scoring doesn't necessarily illustrate gameplay one way or the other, but should Franklin win this game, they will play against the winner of Newton North and Chelmsford, who are actually playing right now in Newton North as we speak. So that game date and time to be determined. But winning this game will allow Franklin to move on to the round of 8, which would be another big thing for this Franklin Panthers team as we get ready for the start of the third game here at Franklin High School. Franklin now leading the match by a score of 2-0 against Belmont. Belmont now needing to win these next 2 games in order to have a chance in this match. We'll see if We'll see if Belmont's able to do anything of that sort as we get ready for the start of the game. And Belmont's going to start off the serve for this third game. That kill's going to be blocked at the net by the Panthers. Belmont gets it back across and diving for that one, but they can't get underneath it in time, so that's going to be a point to the Panthers. And Michaela Kuykendall with the serve. Ooh, that ball's going to be handcuffed. Brooke Daniels had the initial dig on that, and then Faith Edgehill found that ball right in the palm of her hands, quite literally. Score is tied up at 1. And Belmont facing a big uphill battle here as that serve is going to go into the net, so that'll be a point to the Panthers. And we've got Olivia Alberti coming into the game for Olivia Vellante. Oh, no, check that. That was number 11, Charlotte Ulinski. That ball is going to be blocked by Franklin. And is going to be ruled inbounds. So a big block there, Taryn. Got you off guard there, didn't I?
That was a really good up. Oh my gosh.
That ball's going to land inbounds, so that'll be a point to Belmont. So Belmont finding a little bit of life here in this third game. Nice serve there by Belmont. That serve is going to be dug up. And Belmont cannot get that ball across the top of the net. Olivia Vellante with the serve. That one's going to be ruled a double hit. I'm waiting for a signal that I don't recognize, because then you guys can point me in the right direction. That's going to be a free ball. Vellante diving for that one, but it's going to be too much. It's going to be too little. So this has been a fairly tight game, Taryn, huh?
Yeah, this one. The past two, I think we got the lead very early.
Kill attempt is going to be deflected out of bounds by Belmont, so that'll be a point to the Panthers. That's going to be a point to Belmont. Franklin Cull for a double hit. So Wowie Key with the serve. Got some friends up here with some pizza from the snack bar.
Nice swing.
Who delivered that kill?
Livy Alberti.
She and Michaela Kuykendall have been standouts when it comes to those kind of hits.
Yeah.
Belmont. Kill attempt is going to be blocked at the net. Franklin tries to dig that one up, but they can't keep it alive. Good effort there by Alberti. Number 12 for Belmont with the serve. Couldn't read off her name in time. That ball is going to be tipped over by Franklin, but it's going to be ruled out of bounds. And that ball's going to land where Belmont isn't. So that's going to be a point to Belmont as that serve goes long and out of bounds. Number 10, Sophia Kin, with the serve for Belmont. And we have got ourselves a tight score here. That ball's going to be blocked at the net. Franklin can't get it across.
Oh, it's tied. I didn't even realize. Closer than the last games, for sure.
Yes, very much so. I know there was 1 point during the first. Oop, Franklin's going to be ruled for a double hit there. I know there was 1 point during the first game where they were a little bit closer scoring-wise before Franklin started running away with it. Franklin is going to call a timeout. So Franklin trailing by 1 point for the first time in this entire match. Nothing to get worried about. But I'm sure that Coach Karen is just trying to make sure that that her players don't let this game get too far out of reach for them, right?
Yeah. I think we'll turn it around.
So if you're just tuning in, you were watching Franklin High Varsity Volleyball, an MIAA round of 16 matchup between your Franklin Panthers and the visiting Belmont Marauders. Franklin leading this match by a score of 2-0 against Belmont. And Belmont currently leading this game by 1 point, the score being 9-8. Their first lead of the match. Kill attempt, that one's going to be handled by Belmont before it falls to the ground. So a nice play there by Gianna Lorello. Michaela Kuykendall showing off her coolness factor down there on the floor. Kuykendall with a nice run and jump serve there. Any players with run and jump serves on the JV team?
Yeah. I do. Peyton does. Actually, most of our team does.
It's always been a fascinating method of serving to me at any rate. And probably without I'm not going to say that because I don't want to single anyone out, because everyone on the team is a fantastic run and jump serve. has a fantastic run and jump serve on this team. It'd be wrong of me to single anyone out when they're all great. Back to the action on the court. That one's going to land just out of bounds. Franklin gets the point. Once again, we are tied up, this time at 10. Faith Edgehill with the serve. Belmont trying to get this ball across, and they do. That kill's going to go long, or it's going to be ruled inbounds. That was a rocket of a shot. Or a laser shot, take your pick. Edgehill to continue the serve. That point is going to be awarded to the Panthers. Not sure what the call was there. You probably had a better view of that than I did, Taryn.
I'm pretty sure Belmont was in the net. The girl was like underneath the line, you know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
Eyes not up.
HL to continue the serve. Franklin up to a 3-point lead at this point. Now up to 4. And a timeout is going to be called by Belmont. So it seems to me like Belmont is just having a hard time trying to compensate for Franklin's aggression in this game.
Yeah. I think we've had a lot of smart plays.
And a lot of kill attempts. So coming out of the Belmont timeout, Franklin now leading this third game by a score of 14-10. They lead the match by a score of 2-0. And Faith Edgehill to continue the serve. That ball's not coming back. That's a point to the Panthers. It's good to see them having fun on the court like that. Now they just got to put some music to it. That ball's going to land in the back corner. Kuykendall diving for it, but she can't get to it. Franklin again chasing after that ball, but it's going to be too far out of bounds for Franklin to keep it in bounds. So that's going to be a point to Belmont, who is slowly starting to creep back into this game here. 15-12 is the score. That serve is going to go long. Olivia Volante with the serve. That serve is going to land, that kill is going to land inbounds, so that'll be a point to Belmont. Aaron Daly with the serve. That serve is going to land inbounds. Back left-hand corner. 16-4 is the score in this third game. Kill attempt, that one's going to land inbounds.
Very good turn.
A very, very close shot there, but it does land just in bounds, so that'll be a point to the Panthers. Emerson Delio with the serve. Oh, and a great dig there by Olivia Volante, but again, too much speed behind that one, so it's going to stay on Franklin's side of the court. 17-15 is the current score. Rui Key with the serve for Belmont. Nice serve there. Belmont is initially able to dig it up, but Franklin is going to be given that point. Now, I'm familiar with the signal for a double hit, but that was not a double hit, was it?
I'm not sure.
That ball's going to sail. Oh, it's going to be ruled inbounds. One of the benefits of these postseason volleyball games is that they've got not only the floor and the chair ref, but they also have refs on both sides of the court on opposite corners. So got a better view of where the ball is landing on either side of the court. That point is going to be awarded to Belmont. Franklin called for 4 hits. And while not nearly as tight a score as it was in the very beginning of this third game, Belmont has been able to keep Franklin to at least a 3-point, if not a 4-point lead. That point's going to be awarded to Franklin. Belmont called for a double hit. That ball's going to land in bounds. And another timeout is going to be called by Belmont. So at this point, Taryn Franklin's victory seems all but assured.
Yep, I hope so. 4 points away.
We're all very eager to see Franklin make it onto the next round in this tournament, and they are, well, right now they are 4 points away from doing so. But we'll see if they're able to break through Belmont's defenses here. They've been able to do a pretty good job of doing so. As we come out of the Belmont timeout, the score is now 21-16. And a good serve there by Brick Daniels. Free ball. Kill attempt. That ball will be ruled in favor of Belmont. That one's going to hit the antenna on the opposite side of the court. Nice serve there by Belmont. Franklin able to dig it up. And that kill, good attempt there by Charlotte Ulinski, but it's unfortunately for her going to go into the net. So that brings Belmont to within 3 points of tying this game up. That ball is going to be blocked at the net in spectacular fashion by Belmont, but unfortunately for them, it's going to go sideways and out of bounds. Michaela Kuykendall with the serve. Belmont able to keep that ball alive. And a great effort there by Belmont to get that ball across. Kill attempt, they cannot get to that ball in time. That's going to be a point to the Panthers. (23-18) is our score in this third game. Franklin 2 points away from moving on to the next round. That's a free ball. Belmont able to stay on top of it. That point's going to be awarded to Belmont. Gabriel Hashioka with the serve for Belmont. That serve is going to go in, that kill, I should say, is going to go into the net. Franklin's going to be called for 4 hits. Belmont cuts the lead to 3. Kill attempt, that one's going to go long. Belmont cuts the lead to 2. Ooh, Franklin cannot stay underneath that ball. Belmont cuts the lead down to 1. And Franklin is going to call a timeout. And we should point out here that whoever wins this third game, they have to win it by 2. They have to win it by 2 points. If Belmont were to tie it up, then either team would have to win by 2 points, and if they can't win by 2, and if they can't make those 2 points, then we go into extra points until the until a team is able to get 2 points ahead of their opponent. Saying winning too many times just sounds rather excessive to me right now. So coming out of the Franklin timeout, that serve is going to go long. So that gives Franklin a much needed side out. Franklin now needs one more point to take this game and the match. Nice serve there by Faith Edgel, I should say. Franklin delivers the final kill, and they take this third game by a score of 25-22. Any final thoughts on this game, on this third game, Taryn, before we wrap it up here?
That was a great way to end, I think. Nice overkill we got there.
I didn't see who it was that made the final kill, but nonetheless, it was a spectacular way for them to finish this game off. So Franklin is going to walk away from this game with a 3-0 victory over Belmont. So thanks to both Taryn and to Payton for being color commentary here for tonight's game. Hopefully we can do it again for the next game. And for cameraman Chris, this is cameraman Chris for Franklin TV saying thanks for watching, and we will see you next time, Franklin sports fans. Have a good one.
Thank you.